It's looking like Ederson will become the first signing of the Michael Carrick era at Manchester United, so what better time to dive into his data? We've been joined by Enrico Turcato of Opta Italy to find out a bit more about him. Enrico, thank you for joining us. How are you?
Fine, Jordan. Nice to meet you. And obviously, for me, it's a big pleasure to speak with you about this topic, this very important topic.
Yeah, Ederson's a player that United have been linked with over the past couple of seasons now. What can you tell us about the player, his style of play, and what can United fans expect?
Ederson, in my opinion, is a very good midfielder. In Italy, a player like him we call tuttocampista. He's like an all-around player. In UK, I think you say the expression box-to-box midfielder. Excellent in defense, but also a primary player able of pressing the opponent and to recovering the ball, initiating the attacking phase, and also Ederson had a good shot, excellent timing in the when he come in the opponent box, and he can help a lot also in defense phase. We're talking about a midfielder who has a record about 5-7 goals per season. And also, I think he's a complete player, and Man United could acquire one of the, for me, the strongest midfielder in this moment in Serie A. He has the similar characteristic of Casemiro, if we talk about a United current player.
There's been a lot made of it. I think it split United fans. What can you tell us about his time under Gasperini compared to how his role and style of play has changed this season?
Yeah. In Italy, we saw two different versions of Ederson. He fit wonderfully with Deron and Pasalic in the Atalanta Gasperini's. Ederson with Deron and Pasalic was considered the perfect blend between the Dutch midfielder and the Croatian midfielder because he can defend and he can attack at the same level. In the last season, under Juric before and Palladino after, we saw a different Ederson. He has become more attacking this year and less focused in both phases of play. His offensive stats have improved a lot, and his defensive stats are surely worsened, I think. If you see his heat map, we see an Ederson with Gasperini, with both phases very good level, and Ederson this year with attacking phases very good and defense phases so and so.
You mentioned him being a complete midfielder, a box-to-box, all-rounder type player. What are his kind of weaknesses and areas where he needs to improve?
Weakness. He doesn't have many weaknesses because, as we said, he's complete as a very capable player. I think he can improve one thing. His way of shooting. His conversion rate is not so good, especially when he fires from outside the box. And I think for a player of that level, with his technical quality, his technical skills, his long range shooting can improve, and he definitely needs improvement.
Is he a player that can fill that Casemiro type role and complement Mainoo, or would that come from another signing? I know they've been linked to maybe 2 or 3 midfielders this window.
Yeah, I think United can take a player that made the difference. For me, we're talking about 30-40 millions of euros of pounds. Is the real and fair price for a player like Ederson. Is worth remembering that Ederson was a brilliant idea of Walter Sabatini 4 years ago in January 2022. Sabatini is one of the most influential sporting directors in Italy in the last 20-25 years. Salernitana in January 2022 bought him from Corinthians for a few million euros. If I don't remember, is about 5-6 millions of euros. And the Brazilian midfielder helped Salernitana to avoid the relegation that season. And then Atalanta bought in for about 20 million of euros. And in his last 3 years at Bergamo, his level improve, and now I think that the price is 30-40 million euros is good for him, because he is a player that can also high level.
In your opinion, having watched a lot of him, do you think that he can cope with the demands of the Premier League?
Yeah, in my opinion, yeah. Both physically and technically. He can do well in Premier League. However, we shouldn't forget that many players we saw with Gasperini Atalanta failed once they go outside Bergamo. I'm thinking about Kobbie Mainoo at Juventus, or Gagliardini at Internazionale, or Caldara at AC Milan. But I think Ederson is not a player like this. His status is high, and I think especially at physical level, he can arrive in Premier and make the difference. I hope also that he does well. He will do well in Premier League, because he's a very perform player. He's a good player. He's a nice player, and also he's a nice person.